Sports guys talking wrestling on the horn. Stu Myrick, Justin the Smash Simmons. I miss Jervis. I miss our buddy Jervis. I loved his hugs. Someone else that loves his hugs has been in the ring with him, in fact. Joins us on the Vaqueros Cafe and Cantina hotline. She is one of the brightest stars of independent wrestling, especially here in Texas in the Southwest. One of our favorites, Christi Jaynes. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
I'm good. You, like I say, you've been in the ring with Gentleman Jervis. How was he wasn't it a tag team match?
It was him and I as partners against Boom Boom, Colt Cabana, and Delilah Doom.
That's right. Yes. How was he as a partner?
He's fun. He's great. He's quite the character.
Yes, he is. You're absolutely right. I want to ask you this because we want to, we're trying to have as many wrestlers on as possible, especially independent wrestlers, because right now, we just finished WrestleMania weekend, and a lot of independent wrestlers would have been down in Tampa doing all these matches and even just the regular bookings, but right now not getting any bookings. So what are you doing to pass the time while we're in this coronavirus lockdown?
So I am very bored right now. I'm kidding. I have a daytime job, and
you do?
I am working. Yeah, so I'm working from home. It's the hours have been cut back, so I'm not making as much as I used to. And I've applied at a few different hospitals. Not a lot of people know this, but I am a licensed nurse. Yeah, I haven't worked in the medical field, though, in a very long time, since right before I got sick. So right before I joined wrestling. And I put my feelers out there, and of course they always ask you what you can work, and I said, well, I can't work weekends. Even though I'm not wrestling on the weekend, I still preface it because we will start wrestling again.
Absolutely.
So, I just put in there that I can't work weekends, but I can work the other days and occasionally no Wednesdays because sometimes AEW is in town and they want people, and then occasionally Mondays and Fridays. And then somebody wrote back to me and actually said, instead of just saying, we went with a different candidate or a different direction, they actually said, we don't want that type of environment around us. I was like,
that type of what? Are they afraid you're going to body slam people, or
I don't know. I was just like, what does that mean?
Yeah,
I know a little bit about nurse licensing, and I'm pretty sure the code of conduct prohibits body slams and chest bumps and stuff. So I don't know. You said you're a registered nurse. Do you have a specialty? Do you what type of nursing have you done?
I do. Okay, so just registered nurse, a bachelor's in science is what people get. Or they can get, it's like a BSN, so it's a Bachelor in Science of Nursing, that's what it stands for.
Right.
Or you can get like an LPN, or I think they call it an LVN in Texas. So different states call them different things, right?
Right.
And then, so everyone gets a basic degree, and then depending what unit or floor, again, different verbiage for different states, they hire you on. Depending how long you're on that unit, then you become specialized in it. So my mother is a respiratory doctor. She's actually a doctor, but intensive care doctor and ER doctor, emergency care doctor. But she's worked so long in respiratory care that people would say that's her specialty, right? But she can do all sorts of ICU work. So I used to work in respiratory ICU with her for a very long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got to imagine, especially now, that would be in high demand. How is your? I'm sure you talked to your mom. How's she holding up with all this?
My mom's fine. We're Brazilian. We come from a third world country. Well, that's not even politically correct anymore. But they call them undeveloped countries, right. And parts of Brazil are developed now. But like, we come from a country where we still get yellow fever. I think you and I were talking about this off air. Like, we still get yellow fever vaccine, mm-hmm. And leprosy is not like an old biblical thing. It's very prevalent in Brazil and in other countries too. But so we come from already a culture and a world where 90% of the population has dormant tuberculosis. People don't know what that is. It means you are infected with tuberculosis and it's asleep unless you get super sick, it's these diseases and viruses run rampant and we're very used to it. So at first she wasn't very scared, but now, like I was telling you, they have their human resources department that has pretty much turned into a triage. They have moved everything out of there and put hospital beds in there, and that's what it is. They've got tents pitched out front, and she went from having one patient to having a couple hundred, in a matter of days. This isn't wow. Weeks. This is Friday to now.
That's crazy.
Just a little while. So it's kind of crazy.
It was. Talking with Christi Jaynes. Christi, so, you recently came back wrestling, after a major leg injury, correct?
Yeah, I broke my knee.
Right, I remember. And you were out for quite some time, but the last time we saw each other was, you mentioned AEW. AEW was at HEB Center in Cedar Park. You had a dark match with Big Swole. Was that right?
Yeah.
Yes. How fun was it to get out there in front of the AEW cameras and work with Big Swole?
I'm going to call it my retirement match.
Really?
At this point. Did I wrestle after that match? Did I have another match after
well, I don't think we had
everything got canceled after that.
Well, you since wrestled in Anarchy. Aren't you still a hardcore champion in Anarchy?
No, I'm not. Actually, I lost the title 2 weeks before I wrestled at AEW.
Oh, I thought you were still hardcore champion.
Yeah. No, that was before they canceled ACW before we had a chance to go out there. And then I had I had a match, supposed to have a match at CTLL, and they canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, I think that that was my very last match.
Really?
Anarchy. Or not the Anarchy, sorry, the AEW match was my very last match.
Okay, so are you saying that once this all blows over, we may not see Christi Jaynes in the ring again?
I'll be like The Undertaker, and I'll just hang my so I hung my boots up at AEW, right? So okay. He hung his boots up. Supposedly with Roman Reigns, right? That was supposed to be his last match.
Yeah, I was there.
And then he had these miraculous appearances. So that'll be me. I'll be
So we're going to see you in a boneyard match soon.
I come back.
So we're going to see you in a boneyard match soon. Is that what you're saying?
At a movie, a boneyard movie.
Boneyard movie. No, we're going to see. That'll be the Firefly Funhouse Part 2, The Revenge of Christi.
Absolutely.
That'll be it. Talk with Christi Jaynes. All right, so Christi, just give me your sense of, tell me what independent wrestlers right now are, you talked to several of them. Give me their take. I mean, is there a lot of angst? Is there, obviously because no wrestling happening now, which means no gigs. Talk about that mindset.
A lot of wrestlers do have other jobs. I do know a lot of them are hospitality based work. So when the restaurants shut down, the bars shut down, like hotels shut down, a few hotels, not all, there are a lot of them still open, but a few of them shut down. And then other companies just started laying off people that have nothing to do with the hospitality industry just to cut back because they're trying to, kind of buffer whatever is going to come after this. It was hard for them. And then a lot of people don't realize this, but we go to a wrestling ring, like fans go to a show to kind of get away from the world and pretend like our worries aren't really happening. And now we don't have that. We don't even have a ring we can go to, and a lot of them are struggling to get by. So, if you guys are one of those very fortunate people that still have your jobs, congratulations, first off. I'm very happy for you guys. But definitely, go out there and try to, even if it's a picture, just buy a picture, from them, and definitely support them, because there are a lot of indie wrestlers out there that are struggling. We don't have relief from rent. We have to pay for our rent. We still have to get food. Luckily, a few different companies like our gyms have frozen all payments across the board. But we don't even have a gym to go and work out at. We have nothing. So it's sombering as a wrestler to think that, wow, if they don't find a cure for this, we may never be able to wrestle in a ring again.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Well, before we let you go, and by the way, you can follow Christi on Twitter at Christi Jaynes, Christijaynes. You're also on Instagram at Christi_Jaynes. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Tell everybody how how they can buy a Christi Jaynes t-shirt if they want to add to their collection.
So I have a big cartel. You guys can just go to Christi Jaynes /bigcartel.com. It's Christ with an I. It's the easiest way to remember it. But definitely go out there, support your wrestler, your indie wrestlers. I honestly can't wait to wrestle again. Like, I'm super excited for the wrestling comeback, and I can't wait to see all of the fans, whether you're a fan of me or not, because even when you talk crap about me, you guys benefit me. That's
right. You're getting a reaction.
My name's out there, and I am getting a reaction.
There you go.
Christi, right? What are you doing in lieu of not having a gym? I think that's what all wrestlers have been trying to figure out. I've seen people try to build themselves a bench press. I've seen people lift other people if they live with other people and try to use them as a body weight workout. What have you been doing, since I know that you're always in the gym every chance you get?
Yeah, so I've been very fortunate. When I was younger, I tell everyone this, I'm sorry, I'm a story person.
That's right.
You came to the right show.
Younger, I used to be overweight. A lot of people don't know this. I was very overweight, extremely overweight, unhealthy overweight. And then I never got invited anywhere. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to start working out. So over the years, I've just collected random weights and stuff. The one thing I don't have is a squat rack, and I don't have weights that go over, a bar with weights that goes over 30 pounds. But other than that, I've just been continuously doing like just random hit stuff, right? Other wrestlers will post like these hit things, or, you know, you can follow Coach Hayes from WWE. He's always posting free workouts on there, especially now. He'll post the whole free workout from WWE that he gives the NXT people. There's also a few other people that post at-home workouts that you can do. I've also kind of been bad and have left my home. There are like trails, hiking trails in Austin, and I'm sure in your guys' areas that you can go and walk. And, you know, like people are very conscious about staying the distancing and stuff. And I'm also very fortunate that I live on 3.5 acres. So I have all that space that I can do stuff. And then the other day, my neighbor was switching out his tractor, and he had a tire I could use. So then I got done filming this whole like tire flip thing with my measly little tire I had. And then when I saw his tire, I was like, hey, can I come over later and grab it? He's like, I'll just leave it here. So, you know, like I just utilize anything and everything. I know P90X now is on, and there's no weights involved in P90X. It's all body weights. You can go on YouTube. There's just, I get down, I get unmotivated because this is a really hard time for anyone and everyone. And me, like everyone else, I am absolutely positively sure I get my energy from people, even if I don't talk to them. Like I can go to a coffee shop and I don't want to talk to anyone, but just the fact that people are walking around me and laughing and enjoying life, it fills my cup and it makes me happy. And right now it's really hard because there's so much negativity going on, you know.
Well, Christi,
what do you do to work out?
What do you do to work out?
I've been fortunate.
Yeah, what do you do?
I've been fortunate because I have a backyard, because I live in a house with a small patio, and I have a boxing bag. So I have a punching bag, like a real one, and I have like real gloves and things like that. And I also have like a little weight set that I can use. I really don't lift. I really like walk around the neighborhood a lot. I used to play a lot of soccer, so I like to, you know, still kick the ball around because we have, well, being from Brazil, I would assume no less, right?
Futebol.
I bet you're better.
Futebol is called football.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Football. You know, it's like, who's your team? Fluminense, Flamengo.
Germany,
really?
Oh, you like local teams?
Yeah, Vasco da Gama.
I was being funny. That's why I said Germany, because they whooped our butts.
I remember 2014. I like soccer a lot.
Yeah, I like Botafogo.
Botafogo. Okay.
All
okay,
right.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But
there was this little song we used to sing in Brazil. It goes, pira, pira, piro, pira, pira, piro. And then I don't remember a part of it, but then I know the end of it goes, urubu viro galinha. And it's...
Now,
it's like the funniest song ever.
But what does it mean? Because I don't speak Portuguese.
It's pretty much making fun of Flamingo.
Okay, that's what I would assume.
Yeah, they're saying they turned into chickens, right?
They turned in, so they what? They turn into flamingos or something? I like flamingos myself, so. But then again, I'm weird like that. You know that. So,
yeah. What do you do, Stu? What do you do for a workout?
I run my mouth. I'm in radio. Come on, that's what I do.
No.
I've been trying to get out and at least walk when I can. Walk about a mile or so. So, you know, a nice little loop around the complex here, where the world headquarters are. So, trying to get a little more active. You got to break up the day, right?
Yeah. I went to this great little restaurant today,
It's important to support local business right now.
What's the restaurant?
It was called La Kitchen.
La Kitchen?
And where is it?
It is just like a right turn from Living Room Boulevard.
I see. There we go. Kind of like
I thought it was like real Portuguese.
I was going, hold it. There is no Living Room Boulevard in Austin.
I was like La Cocina.
Man,
okay.
you, I tell you. Christy,
bring
a smile.
I think tomorrow.
Say again.
Tomorrow I'm gonna try La Patio.
Well, now there is. What's the what was the place on the drag? El Patio.
Was there a place on the drag called El Patio?
Yeah,
I don't recall
that old. It's like an old Tex-Mex place. They always gave free sopapillas.
Nah, man, don't recall. That's past my time.
It'd been there forever and a day. If you were a student at UT, that's where you went to get Tex-Mex because it was cheap.
Oh, nah.
Christi Jaynes, no matter what, you bring a smile to our faces. That's for sure. It's good to hear your voice, my dear.
Well, it's good to hear your voice too. Hopefully, we get to hear it a lot sooner at wrestling shows. I
hope so too. But until then, make sure you follow her on Twitter at Christi Jaynes. Instagram is at Christi_Jaynes. And check out her merch shop at BigCartel.com. Just search Christi Jaynes and you'll find it. Christi, all the best to you. We wish you nothing but success and blessings and everything. And we'll catch up as soon as this thing blows over and you get back to the ring, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful night.